Primordial Radio.
Hi. Now, if you're anything like me, when you're listening to extreme metal, you often think there's something missing, like, I don't know, some whimsical acoustic noodling from one of the biggest pop stars in the world.
You wanna dance till the sunlight cracks.
If that sounds like you, then buckle in. This is a trip. We are talking about the news story that a Cradle of Filth Ed Sheeran collab looks like it actually might happen. Possibly he's in love with a Galway. Excuse me. So last year, Cradle of Filth frontman Dani revealed that he'd been emailing Ed Sheeran. This comes off the back of, in an interview, Ed Sheeran saying that when he was younger, he used to listen to, what did he say, really into death metal, and he was a big fan of Cradle of Filth. He learned all this stuff, and he's even open to the idea of creating heavier music. Well, we know that because he's already done his collab with Bring Me the Horizon, which is a fantastic version, but could he go even heavier? So Dani Filth spoke to Kerrang Radio a while back and said that he'd actually been in contact with Ed Sheeran. But now, in a new chat with the excellent Sophie K at Knotfest, Dani Filth has revealed that he's yet to finish the song with Ed Sheeran. He says he's done some of it, but then he had a baby, and he obviously got sidetracked with that and doing whatever Ed does. He says it will be released when it's finished. We don't know when it's coming out. What? Cradle of Filth meets Ed Sheeran is actually happening. I'm in love with the shape of you. And everything is dead, and you're in a burial ground. Sorry, I get carried away easily. Now, you may have seen some reaction to this online already, and some people are possibly rightly worried. You know, this kind of thing has a habit of going either really spectacularly well, or it's a terrible dumpster fire. One of the two. But I think this will be fabulous, and let me tell you why. Cradle of Filth have been around a long while. Dani Filth has been in this game a long while. He can write a song. He knows what makes a good song. Cradle of Filth have had their ups and downs, but what band who's been around for that long hasn't? Ed Sheeran, as we know, is a master songwriter. Whether you like his music or not, it has a mass appeal. He has an incredibly talented ear for a catchy melody, for putting a wonderful, huge selling song together. And if you put these two things together, the heaviness and the extremity of Cradle of Filth, and you put in the melody and the songwriting of Ed Sheeran, I think this has the potential to be huge. And as with Ed Sheeran's Bring Me the Horizon collaboration, this isn't just about the music that it creates. No, it's about opening up the world of heavy and even extreme music to an audience who otherwise would have no idea it exists and no interest in it, even if they did. Ed Sheeran has a truly staggeringly huge global audience, and for the rock and metal scene to survive and thrive, we need to grow that scene. We need to bring in people who aren't already a member, a part of that scene. And what better way to do that than one of the biggest selling, most successful artists in the world going to his millions of fans? Hey, I really like heavy music. I'm doing a bit of this now. And as we always say, you need gateways. So nobody will start their heavy music journey and start getting into the scene at Cradle of Filth. But if Ed Sheeran almost holds the listener's hands and guides them in going, hey, I like this stuff, why don't you come check it out with me? That is an entirely different kettle of fish and could only be for the betterment of the rock and heavy metal scene. I'm excited to see what this brings, man. Let me know what you think down in the comments.
Primordial Radio.